Residents at a nearby settlement have been also evacuated there. The raging veld fire, as the Nelson Mandela Bay Metro spokesperson Mtubanzi Mniki is saying that the strong wind is exacerbating this particular fire, making it very difficult to contain, and a number of roads have been temporarily closed. This includes the Victoria Road, a municipality building also catching fire, and officials there being evacuated. And Mtubanzi Mniki, who's the Nelson Mandela Bay Metro spokesperson, saying that they are trying to push the fire as far away as they possibly can from the residential area, saying that it's still not under control and the wind is also further compounding this particular situation, and the fire teams are all out and trying to contain the blaze. Almost all vehicles also out to put the fire under control, currently moving towards Sardinia Bay, the Sardinia Bay area, and also saying that they're worried about, the fact that it's moving towards the area because of the residential areas that are there, and working hard to try and control the situation on the ground. So this is a worrying situation there, and I do understand that we do have our reporter Lerato Fekisi, who has been watching this particular story for us, and she is giving us a sense of how things are looking there.
We are broadcasting live from Sardinia Bay, where a fire which started early this afternoon is now flaring out because of the strong winds in this area. When we arrived here, we saw firefighters, policemen, and also are met by animal welfare, who are saying they are concerned because of the animals that are in this area, and they are trying their best to try and make sure that those animals that are still left there are brought to safety. We've also heard there have been no fatalities, no destruction of houses at this time, but the concern now, like I said, are the animals in this area, and also the fire that continues to flare as firefighters try to contain it here in Sardinia Bay. But this evening I'm joined by Stephen Beale, who is a bystander here and also part of the animal welfare, to speak about the concerns they have as animal welfare with the fire flaring up now in Sardinia Bay. Vincent, animal cruelty, sorry. So obviously you went inside and you were brave enough to actually drive inside, and you're saying that when it gets to the animals you will do that. What did you see when you drove inside, and how bad is the fire?
The fires are fairly flaring up, and we heard there were 6 puppies that perished in the fire, and we were a bit concerned about the adults, and we wanted to go get the adults out there, and so we tried to get through, and but you couldn't get hold of the adults now, so we're just standing by now to see if there's any other animals that need assistance and so forth. And so we're just on standby now because there's a lot of wild animals here, and just concerned about this and the fires that are just flaring up all over.
And then so also you spoke of the fact that there's 6 pups that have been confirmed dead inside, and now your priority now is to try and get the 2 bigger animals and the bigger dogs out of the area. Yes,
we wanted to get the dogs out the area, but now unfortunately the owners don't want us to take them out. We went inside, and the whole place has been burnt down, and they just don't want to hand the dogs over to us so we can get them to a vet. So we will be following that up tomorrow morning.
Obviously we haven't been privy to go as deep as you went, because obviously for safety reasons, but you actually went inside in the heat of the fire. How bad is the fire when you go closer to the area?
No, look, I'm not really too scared, but I mean my nerves were a bit shot when I went through the fires on both sides of the roads. We've got special permission from the fire department, is at our own risk, so we just went through, and I thought we're going to have to do something. The dogs, that's what we're concerned about.
And you're saying that you also could feel some of the fire actually hitting your vehicle. I'm sure that must have been quite scary.
There was little flares of fire flying up from the veld, because the fires have jumped from the one side of the road to the other. So it was a bit hair-raising getting through, but we got through and we got out again.
Now the fire we see is starting to move towards the right, and you're saying that not too far here is actually a plot that's got some horses. Is that also a concern for you?
Yeah, there's another plot. There's a few plots up here with horses. There's one crowd that's got 40 horses on site. They're also on standby, getting ready to evacuate if the fires move up there. But we're also concerned about the animal welfare as well. The fires are moving up to that direction as well. So we just got to be very careful now, because there's over 200 dogs, and we don't even know how many cats they've got in the cages over there. So it's hair-raising. So we've got to just be very careful and just hope for the assistance that we can get when we need. If we call the people, I'm sure we'll get a lot of assistance.
Thank you so much. Well, that was Stephen Creel from Animal Culture just speaking about the concerns they have, saying that not too far from his animal welfare, which has got about 200 dogs and cats and various other animals who are now at risk because of this fire, also saying that 6 puppies have died from the fire and that they're now trying to save 2 dogs that are still in the plot here. Also a concern that you raised, the fact that the wind is flaring up, the wind is getting stronger here, and the fire now is moving more southeasterly towards other plots here, which also have some stables with horses. So a huge concern from animal lovers here in the Eastern Cape in Gqeberha, saying that they hope the firefighters will do their best to try and bring a hold and a stop to the fire that's flaring up now because of the wind here in Gqeberha. For now, let's go back to the studio.
My colleague there, Lerato Fekisi, watching this particular story for you. The Late Edition team will have more on what is happening there on the ground.